Every single year on July 17th, Princess Beatrice and Edoardo Mapelli Mozzi make sure the world sees their perfect royal fairy tale. But this year, everything went completely dark. No sweet messages, no photos, just absolute freezing silence on their wedding anniversary. Now, those closest to the royal family are panicking, and everyone is asking the exact same question. Is Princess Beatrice and Edoardo's marriage finally over? If you love staying ahead of the latest York family updates and want to see how this mystery unfolds, do us a huge favor. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a breaking story. When it comes to the royal family, sudden silence is usually the first sign of a major storm breaking. For the last 5 years, Edoardo Mapelli Mozzi has followed a strict public tradition that royal fans absolutely loved. Every single year on July 17th, he would jump online to share deeply emotional, loving tributes to Princess Beatrice. Last year, he posted a stunning private photo from their time in Scotland, calling her his incredible partner and the most amazing wife. The year before that, it was the exact same thing, telling the world how deeply he loved her and how special every single day was with her by his side. It was a perfect public pattern that showed everyone their marriage was rock solid. But this year, everything completely changed. July 17th came and went, and Edoardo did not post a single word. No photos, no emotional captions, just total radio silence. Eagle-eyed fans noticed it instantly, and the reaction was immediate panic. When a high-profile couple suddenly drops a massive 5-year tradition without warning, it rarely means good news. Rumors indicate that this was not just a simple oversight or a busy day. Insiders say people close to Princess Beatrice are deeply worried because this silence comes after months of growing whispers that the couple has been drifting apart. The fairy tale image they worked so hard to build seems to be cracking right before our eyes, and the timing of this silence makes things look even worse. Just when everyone thought they were past the rocky rumors after being spotted together at a major birthday party, this anniversary blackout happened. It makes you wonder what is really going on when the public cameras turn off. Reports suggest that this public silence is just the tip of the iceberg and the real trouble has been building up for a long time. In fact, many people are now looking closely at how they live their day-to-day lives. And the truth is, this relationship appears to be approaching a complete breaking point. Behind the palace walls, insiders say this relationship is facing a massive crisis that might be impossible to fix. For months, rumors indicate that Princess Beatrice and Edoardo Mapelli Mozzi are practically living completely separate lives. The big issue comes down to a growing ambition gap and intense work pressure. Edoardo's interior design business has absolutely skyrocketed, making millions. But sources suggest his sudden success has consumed all his time and energy, leaving Princess Beatrice to handle the heavy emotional strain of her family's public drama all by herself. While she reportedly views him as her rock, it is claimed that he has spent the last year constantly traveling back and forth to the United States for business, pulling further and further away right when she needs him most. To see just how bad things have gotten, you only have to look at Princess Beatrice's sister, Princess Eugenie. The difference between their two marriages is night and day. Princess Eugenie and her husband, Jack Brooksbank, managed to escape the constant pressure of the UK media by splitting their time with Portugal. They built a very quiet, relaxed life away from the spotlight, which kept their partnership incredibly unified and strong. But Princess Beatrice and Edoardo don't have that luxury. They are trapped right in the middle of the heavy palace drama in Windsor, and the strain on their public image is getting worse by the day. Many royal watchers believe the perks of marrying into the royal family are fast disappearing for Edoardo, and the constant negative attention is starting to hurt his business relationships with wealthy investors. While Princess Eugenie's husband has fully embraced a low-key, supportive role, Edoardo is allegedly telling Princess Beatrice to completely distance herself from her father's scandals to protect his brand. But Princess Beatrice has always been fiercely loyal to her parents, Sarah Ferguson and her father, and this is creating a massive divide between the couple. They are dealing with a level of stress that Princess Eugenie simply doesn't have to face, and commentators warned that no marriage can survive this kind of pressure forever. And if you think this structural tension is the only thing driving them apart, what allegedly happened during their recent summer getaway proves that the cracks in this fairy tale are running much deeper than anyone realized. Nothing exposes the deep cracks in a royal marriage quite like what allegedly went down during a recent trip to Saint-Tropez. For a long time, Princess Beatrice and Edoardo Mozzi used luxury getaways to escape the heavy pressure in the UK and show the world they were completely fine. But their last trip to the sunny French coast reportedly turned into an absolute nightmare. Rumors indicate that instead of a romantic holiday to patch things up, the trip exposed just how distant they have truly become. The trouble allegedly started when Princess Beatrice suddenly fell ill, leaving her stuck in bed and unable to leave their luxury room. You would think a husband would stay by his wife's side, but sources suggest Edoardo did the exact opposite. According to whispers from the trip, he chose to leave his sick wife behind to go out and hit the glamorous party scene by himself. Insiders say Princess Beatrice was left feeling completely abandoned in a foreign country, while her husband was out enjoying the nightlife. This shocking move instantly set off alarm bells for those closest to the royal family. It makes you wonder what is really going on when the public cameras turn off. When a spouse chooses to go out partying instead of taking care of their partner, it shows a massive shift in priorities. Reports suggest Princess Beatrice was deeply hurt by his actions, seeing it as proof that Edoardo is becoming completely self-absorbed. The fairy tale image they worked so hard to protect was totally shattered in that moment. But as bad as the Saint-Tropez incident was, it turns out this holiday disaster was actually triggered by a much larger, darker reality that the couple has been trying to hide from the public for years. The cold reality is that marrying into the royal family is no longer the beautiful fairy tale it used to be. Back in 2020, when Princess Beatrice and Edoardo Mapelli had their secret pandemic wedding, it felt like a true romance against all odds. But over the last few years, the glitter has completely rubbed off. Commentators warn that the traditional perks of being married to a royal are fast disappearing, and Edoardo is starting to realize the heavy price he has to pay. Instead of enjoying a quiet life, he is constantly tied to the endless public drama surrounding Princess Beatrice's family. Raising young children under this kind of media microscope is creating an incredibly stressful environment. The couple now has their daughter Sienna, their son Wolfie from Edoardo's past relationship, and their youngest daughter Athena, who was born just last year in 2025. Managing a busy household with 3 young kids is hard enough for anyone. But when you add the constant glare of the public spotlight and endless news headlines, it becomes a recipe for complete exhaustion. Insiders say the day-to-day pressure has become completely overwhelming, leaving the couple with almost no time to actually work on their relationship. Many believe that Edoardo is simply burnt out from trying to balance his booming career with the intense expectations of the royal family. He reportedly thought he could handle the pressure, but the reality of the situation has turned out to be much tougher than he ever imagined. The constant stress is changing the way they interact, and friends are deeply worried that they are running out of reasons to stay together. It leaves everyone wondering how much more strain this marriage can actually take before it completely snaps. And as the public watches the distance between them grow, the final piece of the puzzle is about to come together, pointing to a reality that no one wants to admit. The situation between Princess Beatrice and Edoardo definitely has the classic hallmarks of a modern royal pressure cooker. Looking at the trajectory of their relationship, it is easy to see why commentators and fans are heavily speculating on a collapse. The strain they are facing is very real, driven primarily by 2 massive forces: the ambition gap caused by Edoardo's demanding, globe-trotting career and the inescapable, toxic cloud surrounding the York family name. When a spouse is trying to court ultra-wealthy international investors for a premium brand, the last thing they want is their business associated with palace scandals. That kind of underlying friction creates a massive divide over time. However, calling an immediate collapse might be premature. The royal family has a long history of weathering intense, quiet storms behind the scenes before making any public moves. While the social media silence and separate travel schedules are massive red flags for a high-profile couple, They could also point to a couple that is actively pulling back from the public eye to deal with their family struggles privately. This relationship is at a critical crossroads. If Edoardo continues to prioritize his brand over supporting Beatrice through her family's ongoing public trials, the marriage will likely face an irreversible breakdown. But if they can establish boundaries, much like Princess Eugenie and Jack Brooksbank successfully did, they might just find a way to stabilize the partnership away from the Windsor microscope. So, are we really witnessing the slow, calculated end of a royal era? While many hope this is just a temporary rough patch for the couple, the massive break in their 5-year tradition is impossible to ignore. When you combine the mounting pressure from Edoardo's demanding career with the constant public stress surrounding Princess Beatrice's family, it is clear that their fairy tale marriage has reached a critical turning point. Whether they can find a way to patch things up behind the scenes or if a permanent separation is truly on the horizon remains to be seen. But one thing is for sure, the royal spotlight waits for no one, and the truth always has a way of coming to light. What do you think? Is the sudden anniversary silence a definitive sign that Princess Beatrice and Edoardo are headed for a split, or are fans simply overreacting to a busy couple? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this deep dive and want to stay completely up to date on all the latest breaking stories with the royal family, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.